What's that stuffed bear in the background? It looks like something out of a horror movie. Social media is dead. You just don't know it yet.
He's dead, Jim.
The social media that most of us grew up with has been absolutely destroyed, decimated by the pervasion of bots, fake online accounts, and people constantly trying to push some business down your throat.
Dude, do you want to be in my group?
No.
I don't want to be. It's really cool. It's a polar bear jumping group.
Most people figured out that social media like Instagram didn't just have to be about perfectly curated images of, oh, I'm walking my dog this morning, or here is my perfect cake that I totally did in Photoshop before posting it. It then became all about trying to sell your product and trying to do so in the most efficient way possible.
Hey, want to meet hot Christian singles near you? And you got that guy with his shirt, he's lifted up here, and he's like, "What's up, man? I'm a Christian, just spreading the love."
Fast forward to now, and we just have tons of bot accounts.
Not us. We're independent thinkers. Roger, 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 roger.
My heart is absolutely breaking right now. My 7-year-old daughter Emma spent 3 weeks working on the Swan for her school art project. Every single evening after homework, she'd sit at this kitchen table, carefully placing each pearl, adjusting every tiny rose, asking me, "Mommy, do you think it's beautiful enough?" And of course, the viewer's gonna go, "Aw, that poor daughter, trying to make something just beautiful." She was so excited to show her classmates. She practiced her presentation, talked about how swans represent grace and beauty, and couldn't wait to share her creation. So now if you're on Facebook and you've read this far, you're probably hooked. Then she came home in tears yesterday. The other kids laughed at it. They said it looked weird and too fancy. One boy even said it was trying too hard. She ran to her room and hasn't wanted to touch any of her craft supplies since. What does our civilization come to? How can we not just respect someone trying to make something nice? You're probably just waiting to jump the gun. The comments are waiting to flow from your fingertips. The rage is slowly building. How could they do this to such a beautiful young girl? What those kids don't know is that Emma has been struggling with confidence ever since we moved here 6 months ago. Making friends has been hard, and crafting became her safe space. I even started selling some of my own handmade items on the Tedooo app. Remember that for later. Where I can sell without any fees and connect with others who truly appreciate handmade art. What? Partly to show her that creating beautiful things matters, that there are people out there who value what we can make with our hearts and hands. Oh, the irony. Looking at this swan, all I see is pure love and dedication. Every pearl was placed with intention. Every rose was positioned with care. This isn't just a craft project, it's a piece of her heart.
You're breaking my heart.
I told her the real artists aren't often understood by everyone, and that the most beautiful things in the world are made by people brave enough to create something different. Thank you, Sherry Harris, for sharing this with us in this nice Hobby Lobby community. More on that later. And this image has been posted along with it. You have this poor little girl crying with her beautiful handmade pearl swan with roses up. Wait a second.
Huh?
Where are pearls sitting on the table? Didn't she already make it? And what's that stuffed bear in the background? It looks like something out of a horror movie. But you can't tell what it is because it's so far away. And what is this tool here? I have no idea what that is. Is that supposed to be what you use to string the pearls together? And why are strings here at all? This is a gluing project. You don't need to cut strings to glue them onto what I presume is a styrofoam swan. And that daffodil back there is kind of sus. I'm pretty sure those flowers would be pointed towards the window. Also, they're not real pearls, so this little chain of pearls on the side isn't a thing. Unless either one, she stole a bunch of pearls, like pearl necklaces from actual people, and has been breaking them up and has now made this $100,000 pearl swan, or two, she went to the dollar store and bought 200 pearl necklaces and has been breaking the strings one by one to get the pearl beads off. This doesn't make any sense. It's obviously AI generated. So you think, okay, I get it. Obviously, we get it. Yes, we know. This is some AI generated text with some AI generated image meant to evict some kind of emotion and just to drive some clicks and engagement. So I decided to actually go try to find this post. And while I couldn't find it, partly because I'm lazy.
I'm not lazy. I just know to save my energy for when I need it most.
And partly because it's a little more complicated. Because you see, all I had to go off of was this name, Hobby Lobby Community Dash. So I figured, okay, it couldn't be that bad, right? So I decided to look up Hobby Lobby Community, and lo and behold, found a Hobby Lobby Community and the aforementioned Tedooo App, or Tedooo App, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't really care. It's called Hobby Lobby Community, Coupons, Finds, and Crafters on the Tedooo App. It's like, okay, it's one of those like groups you have with a bunch of people who obviously just care about Hobby Lobby. It's just like those old knitting communities, right? right? So I scroll through here, and first I'm thinking, oh wow, that's a cute photo of a baby. Oh wow, that's another cute photo of a toddler. Oh wow, what a nice photo of a cat grading inside of an archway in a wall. And what's that on the bottom of the wall? Like, do walls normally have carpet? And why is the wood diagonal to the wall? That doesn't make sense. Also, why is the cat smiling? My boyfriend made this little arched doorway in the wall for my cat so she could move freely between the living room and bedroom without us having to leave doors open all the time. Or is that so? Then why is the inside of the archway dark? Is she like crawling through the walls, Metal Gear Solid style? It's supposed to be just the archway from one side to another. So unless you left the other room dark, yeah, okay. This is AI. And we had to have a bunch of posts like this. I'm not going to necessarily post every single one that I see. I'm just going to try to highlight some ones that I think are the most egregious upon my cursory search, because I don't know which one of these are real people or not, but just to be reasonable, I'm not going to go to town and show you every single post here. If you want to find it, it's there yourself. You can look it up. And here we have a nice post by this anonymous participant. They're not even trying now. And I'm not even reading all of it, because at this point I've figured out that most of these posts are just AI. In fact, you can look at this nice image here. Isn't that normally how humans' faces just appear out of an amorphous blob of... Is that tinsel? I forgot what that fabric's called. I'm sure my wife knows.
Organza.
What? That's a stupid name. Why would we call that?
That's just the type of material.
I feel like you just made that up on the spot. Yeah, his head just pops out like it's photoshopped, and then his, toy horn, and he's holding by the neck, is like pointing towards the ground and diagonal, and everything has like this weird matte texture color to it. So you either have the world's worst camera, or this is fake. Also, he has to be really hot in this thing. Also, what's with the mosaic bricks in the background? And the siding that only decides to be siding halfway up. It's just like plate armor for the rest of the way. Just forget about that. And the beautifully stained wood columns on the side that totally wouldn't be outside in the weather. So if I scan the actual post, you see Tedooo App. Huh. Wait, isn't this supposed to be a coupons, finds, and crafters group? Shouldn't they be talking about their actual art? And then somewhere along the line, I realized every single post is about the same length. And some of them have this really obvious dash thing going on, which, let me be real, I don't think anyone in a Hobby Lobby community is going to be using EM dashes. Sorry. And let me check out one of these profiles. Let's see. We have an Olivia Ibsen, I think it is. Ibsen? Let's see. Olivia locked his profile. Only his friends can see what he shares on his profile. What a coincidence. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Olivia.
It's ma'am.
So obviously this whole thing is full of scammers. It might also be called Hobby Lobby Community, Scammers and Scams. But I'm just holding out hope. I'm just holding out hope that maybe something here makes some kind of sense. And I think the most frustrating thing about this, side note, is I can't tell which ones are real and which ones aren't. Like, they all look like they're AI generated text. But some of the images, very well, might actually come from somewhere. They might be actually someone's children that they're just stealing and posting on here. So I'm hesitant to post every single post that I find, because some of them, in my opinion, are definitely AI, but I can't prove it. Wow, thank you, Mr. Julia Bennett, for sharing this long post that's approximately the size of all the other long posts talking about the Tedooo app. So earlier I mentioned that it probably wouldn't be that difficult to find this community, right? It couldn't be that many Hobby Lobby communities with the title Hobby Lobby Community hyphen, right? Wrong. Hobby Lobby Community, coupons, fines, and crafters on the Tedooo app.
Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discussions, and more.
Hobby Lobby hidden clearance finds, coupons, weekly ad, and discussions. Hobby Lobby Fanatics, okay, that one might be real.
Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby Community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more.
There's like 100 of these? Wait, I started doing this as a meme, but there's legit like over 100 of these. How are there so many? In fact, I'm just bored at this point of even scrolling. I'm done. Probably at least 200 or 300 I just scrolled through, and I'm tired. I'm tired of scrolling. So if I look up what the Tedooo app is, it says the Tedooo app is marketed as a social media platform for crafters and DIY enthusiasts, featuring a marketplace, community groups, and AI-powered tools to help users scam, connect, and sell homemade goods without selling fees scam. However, the app has also received significant criticism scam, with multiple users on forums and social media labeling it as a scam due to concerns about its aggressive marketing, scamming, use of AI-generated content, scams, and claims of stealing artwork and creating fake artists. What did I tell you? It's even on Google Play for some reason, with a beautiful, amazing 2.5 stars from 810 users. But yeah, the social media you grew up with, it doesn't exist anymore. Without some kind of full rewrite of the algorithms that social media uses, this is just going to get worse and worse over time. How can you have a social media platform where the users progressively are either bots reacting to those fake posts and driving engagement, bots messaging people and other bots, bots pretending to buy and sell from other bots, bots making views and driving revenue, and people reacting to those bots are getting scammed by them? Like, how can you have it social media if you have no idea who's a human? There has to be some kind of way of verifying that each user on the internet actually a real person. So either social media in the future is going to completely collapse, one can hope, or we're going to have some kind of unique identifier for every individual. Perhaps a mark to place on our forehead or on our hand to prove we are who we are. And whenever we get online, we have a very unique identifier that just can't be spoofed. Wait a minute. It's always been funny to me thinking about how people have always been scared of the mark of the beast and how terrible it's going to be. But let's be real. If you paid any attention to technology in the last 20 years, it's not going to be something that everyone's going to be terrified about, okay? It's not going to be something that everyone's going to go, oh no, it's the mark of the beast. It's going to be the perfect solution to some problem. Just like this. And everyone's probably going to line up wanting it. Just the same way as we've made so much of our lives public on social media. And so much of our private information has just been given to companies just so we can have cell phones and use data anytime, anywhere. Likewise, as time progresses and social media becomes more and more useless, many of us will gladly give up even more information just so we can prove we're authentic online. You know, the solution might just be get off the internet. But let's be real. Who's going to accept that? So this time, for this balanced take, there's no big moral dilemma. Something has to change in our social media. We have to build better systems for detecting bots. We have to be more discerning people. Or perhaps this problem will just solve itself. As more and more scams and bots become pervasive online, eventually it'll collapse under its own weight, and perhaps the real, genuine, positive uses of AI will just bubble up to the top, and all this will go away. Or we'll be in a perpetual hellscape where grandmas don't know to look for EM dashes in every single post. But anyway, viewer, I figured after a bunch of dark posts talking about politics and people being rude to each other on the internet, I figured I might as well put something out here that's more lighthearted. Kind of. Because after all, what's more lighthearted than a millennial joking about our dystopian future that's completely and utterly unavoidable? But anyway, let me know how you're going to survive the AI revolution. Are you just going to unplug from the internet entirely? I actually know a couple friends who deleted their social media, although I have no idea how long that's going to last. Or are you going to be like the rest of humanity and try to make the best of it that you can? But anyway, those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comment section down below your compliments or criticisms, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!